Hey there, and thank you so much for watching. Today I'm going to show you how to recycle your old, wore out, ripped, and tattered soft plastic baits back into the creations that they once were. Or you could design your own bait and make a mold from that. During this process, you're going to be handling liquid plastic that's around 350 degrees Fahrenheit. That's why it's extremely important that you practice the necessary safety precautions to prevent injury, burns, and even blindness. Here's a quick list of safety items you'll need. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area throughout this process. When the plastic is heated, it will put off fumes that you don't want to breathe in and can be harmful to your body. You're going to need eye protection, long sleeve shirt and pants, closed toe shoes, thick gloves, safety mask for breathing, and a fan. As far as materials go, here's a list of things you'll need. First, you'll need some old bait, ripped, tattered. As long as it's just soft plastic, you'll be fine. Next, be sure that you get a Pyrex measuring cup. Pyrex is a name brand and is made to withstand temperatures well over 350 degrees. Next, you'll need some scissors. Be sure that these are really sharp and able to cut. You'll also need a bait mold. You can either make one yourself or you can buy one online, and I'll provide links to that below. You're also going to need a microwave of some sort. Really doesn't matter on this one, and a stirring utensil. Anything will work here as long as it's metal and not able to melt.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to take your old baits and to cut them into small pieces into your Pyrex cup. It doesn't matter the size, and because you can always just go back after you're done and stick the scissors down in the cup to kind of cut them into smaller chunks. So you do want them to be in small chunks. This just helps with the heating process, makes it heat a little more thoroughly and a little bit more efficiently. It's best to start with about 30 seconds to maybe 45 seconds your first time doing it. Each and every time that you heat it, be sure that you stir the contents well. This is just going to help the heating process and help you get a better bait at the end. Okay, let's see how this turned out. You're probably going to see some steam either this time or the next time, depending on the power of your microwave. I'm not seeing any of that, but you can see that it's going to be chunking up. At least it is in my microwave, to where they're starting to melt, but not quite yet. Still got a little ways to go, so I'm stirring that up really good, and then we'll just put that back in the microwave. And since I am comfortable with the power of my microwave, we're going to go ahead with a minute and kind of go from there. This is a great time to go grab some non-stick cooking spray and spray your molds down if you haven't done that already. That's going to help you have more of a shine on your baits when you're done, and it will also make it a lot easier pulling it out of your mold, regardless of what kind of mold that you have. Make sure that when you spray that onto the mold that you don't get bubbles everywhere. If you do, just kind of pat it dry. I like to turn my mold upside down on a towel as I'm heating, so by the time it's ready to pour, there's no bubbles in there, which won't affect my bait. Now when you get a nice steady stream like that and it's stirring really good, kind of like a thin syrup, that's about the time you need to pour. So go ahead and start to slowly pour it into your mold. Let it naturally fill the mold. This is actually a little bit higher speed than what I generally do for teaching purposes and length of the video. However, take your time. If you get some overpour, that's okay. If you like really thick baits, this is the part that you want to kind of go back over it a little here, a little there on the places you like to be a little thicker, as it will pretty much stay where it needs to be. The overpour you can cut around later, but they can actually be helpful getting them out the mold. Be sure you let the bait dry for about 3 to 5 minutes at least, and when you take those out of the mold, be sure to take your time, be very careful and very gentle. For this pour, I did not spray the mold down with non-stick cooking spray on purpose. The reason being, I wanted to show you, in case you forget something, this is what it would probably be like. It doesn't mean that you've ruined your baits. It just means that it might be a little harder to get out, and you might not have as glossy of a shine as you would like to have. But I go ahead and take these out. It's also nice to have a little container. Maybe as you're waiting the 3 to 5 minutes for these to dry, get a small container and fill it with some water and have it by, and you can actually put those directly into that water as you take them out of the mold, because as you can see, they kind of stick on everything. But once you put them in the water, give it another 2 minutes to kind of flash cool. This gets the baits to the state that it needs to be in for you to be able to cut them. And then you need to dry them real good. Lay them down on a towel. If you're doing it at night, maybe you can cut them in the morning, or you can just pat them dry right then and there. Take your old Pyrex cup, leave your old plastic in there that we just melted down, and take your bait and kind of trim off the excess edges. I like to hold it right over top of the Pyrex cup so that there's no mess to clean up later. And then, of course, you will be left with your nice new bait, ready to wiggle and catch that big bass. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to visit us at howtomakebait.com and subscribe to our blog. You'll get every new post in your inbox for free to show you how to make bait for bass, catfish, and carp. And also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Twitter, and Facebook.